coming up momentarily. My name is Dekic. I'm joined by the wonderful Ardrath, and yeah, game number one. Was it just a straight out draft, or did Nemesis also just outplay them?
I'd say it was pretty much outdraft, to be honest. The last pick Naga, they had the chance to actually counter something with the last pick, and they actually believed that the Naga was a good pick economy-wise, timing-wise, but it was all different. So they had no other like execution choices whatsoever, because it was like really, literally like a physical block to their game, in my opinion. So yeah, I'd say it's draft-wise. So yeah, let's see if in the second game here of this best of 3, they adapt, they bring anything else to the table, and teams usually do that. So I'm eager to see the second game here, Truman.
Yeah, curious to see what we will get to see in this second game. Any changes here? Well, there is still the Tinker available. They did, however, remove the Shadow Demon, but they left the Coddle in. It will be picked up for the Trailer Park Boys, though. But yeah, the Coddle, we saw it yesterday as well with the Guardian Greaves build. It did quite a lot of healing yesterday.
10 seconds remaining.
It did. It was a Coddle support. We have to mention this. Sometimes Coddle is actually being played in the middle lane. But, I mean, as you just said, Tinker is open, and I feel like Spectre once again could be a hero that can punish the Coddle. You just need to, like, jump on his head and then kill him. So, let's see if Team Nemesis goes by that route, at least if they are going to at least pick Tinker on the first pick here. Let's see what it goes.
Yeah, curious to see what will happen. Will they go for the Tinker pick this time around on the side of Nemesis? They're going to go for the Storm. Also one of the bigger counters to kill off a Coddle if it's mid Coddle. Laning wise, if it is a mid Coddle, it will always get farm, essentially. There's not really anything you can do against it. Just straight up how the hero works. He clears out the creep wave mid and then goes to the jungle to immediately clear those camps out and then go back to the lane. So he'll always get farm. So it's always nice to have a hero against it that also likes to get good farm without any threat of death, essentially, because Coddle doesn't have a kill threat against Storm until he gets items.
Exactly. Coddle, a very strong hero to farm up the map. It's the Ghost Wave push kind of like resource that heroes usually need. Like farming waves without actually showing yourself, it's actually good in the game of Dota. So yeah, I mean, Shadow Demon banned, Bane was banned here by Trailer Park Boys and also Jakiro, so maybe they fear out the Jakiro to bring out a strong laning phase to like against them. And the Bane ban here, I can't really foresee why they actually went for that route. Maybe they want to pick like a melee hero as a support 4, and sometimes Bane as support 5 can actually disrupt the cut wave possibilities a lot with the sleep, with the nightmare. So I don't know, I'm just trying to think through here the ban stage, because, you know, Bane it's a good hero, okay, but it, in my opinion, should not be like a very high priority ban. But I mean, what do I know, right? I mean, it's hard to think through what they are thinking there.
Yeah, I mean, Bane is always BKB piercing stun against some solid heroes. It works wonders, and there's a decent save chance behind it as well. Team Nemesis, though, they're going to go for the disruptor pick here. Solid +5, sometimes +4. Yeah, it just is really good against a lot of different heroes. They did not ban the puck, and I can, in case this goes to a Coddle +4 and they pick up a puck, Disruptor is one of the better counters to puck, because it forces him to get a Glimmer, a Yules or a BKB.
But it gets to that point that when Disruptor goes for Aghanim Scepter, I mean, both items are just demolished by the execution there. But I mean, the Ember Spirit ban, it's very respectable, because Keeper of the Light and Ember, it's such a nice combo and can counter Storm Spirit with the Searing Chains and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, also another hero that kind of can work around the glimpse, because you leave a fire remnant on the ground, and then suddenly you have ways to come and go as you want. So yeah, I'll enjoy the Ember ban, but Trailer Park Boys, they just go for the tiny second pick. I mean, great addition to the game overall. Could be a tiny support 4, so maybe that justifies the ban here that we mentioned, because apparently you want to pair up the tiny with a bristleback if that's the case, or you can also play the keeper pos 4, as we already talked about too, because giving chakra magic to bristleback, it's a very nice combo too. He won't be lacking mana to actually deliver the damage with the quill spray. And to be honest, I've seen some bristlebacks like ignoring the third skill, the passive, uh, because you want to sometimes play aggressive with the nasal ghoul and also the quill spray. So it's an option to play aggressively with bristleback. But I mean, the answer is just right there, Truman. They just brought the Timber, which in my opinion is a very strong hero against bristleback and also tiny.
Yeah, the bristleback, the Timbersaw being left in the pool is kind of surprising. Yeah, Coddle is pretty. Like, if it's a mid Coddle, you get the Spared Vessel, which is kind of nice, and technically, if it's a mid Tiny, you get the kind of build, which is pretty nice against Timbersaw. But overall, Timbersaw should have a pretty good field day with this. You can't really stop him in his tracks. They are going to go for the Ursa pick here as a counter, at the very least for the laning stage. But it's also not, especially because if this Ringmaster is a plus 4, it's also not easily guaranteed that the Ursa is going to have a good lane, as Timbersaw Ringmaster does have a lot of damage in the early game to deal out to a Ursa. He needs those Fury Swipe stacks to stack up, and there's a solid chance that he takes too much damage before he has those stacks up.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, felt like a reactive pick in my opinion, but Ringmaster can be very disruptive against Ursa. You have the whip, you have the slow from the third skill, you have the second skill as well, which I don't really recall the name, where you can save someone at least for quite some time. So yeah, I mean, so far I'm enjoying Team Nemesis farm just a little bit better. And let's see the finish picks here. We have like 2 bans available. Pugna was banned by Team Nemesis. I mean, Pugna would be a hassle, especially against Timbersaw, I guess, with the Nether Ward. And it could be like a Pugna support 5, Coddle mid, Tiny and Bristol off lane. So we would have like a already arranged draft for Trailer Park Boys. But now we get to see an Abaddon ban. Troll Warlord was also respected by Trailer Park Boys. And let's see what Team Nemesis bans out here. I feel like they are aiming for support 5s right now. They really think that Keeper of the Light is going to be the middle laner, and they ban out the Warlock, which, to be honest, it's a very strong ban in my opinion, because the Timber and Ringmaster, they can be very aggressive and hurt this Ursa, even though Ursa kind of counters Timber, but as you mentioned, she needs time to right click. So the Warlock would be the hero that can actually bring the sustain to the lane. So now what do they have as a support 5? That's the question, Truman.
I mean, there are a couple of options. Honestly, there's still an insane amount of options. That's the beauty of leaving the plus 5s for last. As yeah, I'm trying to think.
Shaman, maybe? I'm thinking here, like, Shaman is open, it's decent against both heroes, but Ringmaster also very disruptive.
Silencer.
They went for Silencer, okay.
It's...
I mean...
Okay, yeah, exactly that. It's decent. They will definitely build a Lotus on the Timbersaw then as a attempted counter. Ringmaster probably guarding Greaves. Terrorblade, obviously the Manta style. It can be very hard to deal with for Timbersaw in lane, depending on the Silencer's build. which I assume he's just gonna go for the max level, silence tools, and bully the Timbersaw out of the lane that way. But yeah, I do like Team Nemesis's draft more. I'm a little bit worried because the Trailer Park Boys, they have Avalanche Toss from Tiny, and for the rest, everyone can TP out if they get gone on, which is troublesome. Very troublesome, considering they only have one hero with stuns, and that's their mid laner.
Yeah, plus a glimpse. No, actually, you're talking about Team Nemesis, right?
No, Trailer Park
Is that it?
Boys, they have only Tiny
Trailer Park Boys
with stuns.
Okay, only Tiny. Yeah, yeah. Pretty much, so they can TP out.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was zoning out here. But yeah. Maybe someone goes for an EU Scepter. I don't know, Bristol won't actually get this to his item build, but Keeper of the Light can actually go for EUs, in my opinion. And like regarding Silencer skill build, you can actually try to play with Glaives of Wisdom, but I mean, you can get very strongly harassed if you are not very careful with your positioning. Like, you can easily die to Timber and Ringmaster, especially if Ringmaster lands the third skill, which should probably leave the Silencer on a hard slow condition there, so he needs to watch out. But sometimes I like to play Glaives of Wisdom against Timbersaw. It's very strong.
Yeah, it does. If you don't get a really good lane going, then it feels like incredible amount of waste with where you don't have max level Arcane Curse and Last Word as a support silencer, which I think they'll still go for, as it makes more sense. You already have Ursa to bully the Timbersaw, so technically you having the extra silence and slow, it should be enough, especially the silence against Timbersaw, so he couldn't Timber chain away from the Ursa. Would be very important, I think, in the lane. But the one thing that we didn't discuss yet is the off-lane duo. Bristleback Coddle is very obnoxious to deal with. It's a lot of damage that a Disruptor... Like, Disruptor is useless in that lane already from the outset, so Terrorblade needs to be careful not to get dove, and there's a very decent chance that they're going to dive him a couple of times.
Yeah, pretty much, I agree with you. Chakra Magic, we talked about, it benefits Bristleback so much, so they need to watch out for sure. I mean, a wand here in the laning stage, it's essential for both heroes. They need the wands. And it still might not be enough, because like the nasal goo plus, you know, the quill spray things, it's gonna hurt a lot.
Yeah, it's not going to be too easy to try and deal with, but faith, I guess, or something. I don't know. It's a tough lane. Mid lane, Tiny and Storm definitely have kill threat on each other, especially for the Tiny before Storm has level 6, after Storm has level 6. I mean, obviously Storm can still die, but for both sides it's going to be important to get that infused raindrops. I think everyone needs to get infused raindrops against a Tiny mid. One of the more bigger advantages for Tiny mid would be if he might go for the what's it called, phylactery. He does have queued that he wants to get himself the soul ring, so normally when you get soul ring you don't go for phylactery, which because soul ring usually goes together with the blink dagger to get that quick initiation, so it looks more that he's going to go a different route, at least at the start. But having a break in the a late game as well against Timbersaw is going to be pretty important, or against Terrorblade, just having that early game extra damage with the Avatos would be pretty neat to make sure that 23 doesn't have a free game.
I agree. I mean, the tiny blink here, the build that you just mentioned, I feel like it's very important as a first item, because we already talked about this. They don't have much stuns on their side, and I feel like Tiny needs to move out the game, considering that Bristol, Silencer, Coral, and also the Ursa, they don't have like a very strong start point kind of situation. So yeah, I mean, Silencer is gonna break the smoke here, so they know about the movements. But still, I mean, Team Nemesis, they want to keep going. Glimpse can be forced, but I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, Glaives? Yeah, he upgraded the Glaives.
And Raven has the chain. He's trying to run away, and as you said, the Glaives are coming in. 12 stolen in the entire time, but he's actually taking a heap of damage here. The pushback coming out from the Disruptors and 8. They will get 1-for-1 trade. Perma in stolen. Raven actually being right-clicked down by the Coddle, who does have Illuminate available again. Raven, Timber change further. One more right-click needed. Can Raven get away? He does have a Timber Chain, but doesn't get the cast off, and Narman gets the kill secured regardless. So permanent int stolen by the Silencer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good start for Trailer Park Boys. And to be honest, like, in that situation there, Timber, it's better for him to die than, like, go to the lane with, like, 1% HP and, you know, be on the mercy of Ursa to actually keep on farming. So, I mean, it's a nice decision to die there, to be honest. So, yeah.
He's getting owned on the Ringmaster by the Silencer with that Glaive of Wisdom. I didn't realize that Glaive of Wisdom now steals 2 int at level 1. That's actually nuts.
Yeah, that's one of the buffs for Silencer, but still on hard lanes, you cannot really upgrade the skill. But yeah, it feels like it's working around quite nicely for the Silencer here.
Yeah.
And when he gets like level 2, the Ringmaster are gonna suffer even more, because then you have the slow from the Arcane Curse, for instance, and then suddenly you die. So it's a very nice start for Trail Park Boys in the top lane. Mid lane? Can we get... Oh, the toss. It didn't work out. But maybe if the toss connected, Storm would have died.
Well, Ringmaster does die, not even needing to use the Arcane Curse there, just Glaives of Wisdom, right clicks, and Yokam falls. Bottom lane, Bristleback is actually getting bullied out with that Metamorphosis usage from the Terrorblade, but now that it's gone, Bristle can walk a lot closer towards the lane and try and get some farm, but yeah, 2 lanes are going pretty well. Bottom is going incredibly well, only 4 last hits for 11. Mid lane is going pretty well for the Storm. Jackie, though, 10 denies top against that Timbersaw. That's a pretty... Timbersaw has 1 last hit.
Yeah, I mean, they are able to maintain the creep wave momentum very close to the tier 1 tower, the Trailer Park Boys on the safe lane. And the fact that Yokan, he was very like zoned out by the Silencer all by himself. So like with this scenario, the Ursa can easily dominate the Timber on a 1v1 situation. So yeah, I mean, everything going accordingly for them. The 11 denies is just too much to handle. And by that, like considering that Ursa is getting like a free farm, she's gonna have like a phase boots way early on. So this way, I mean, you can also punish even more the Timbersaw when you get that extra movement speed. But yeah, I mean, he went for the power treads instead. I mean, just finishing any boots here, it's enough to, you know, compromise the enemy offlaner.
And Mac also, in the meantime, forced to go all the way back to base. Get that regen going in on the Storm. Took a little bit too much damage, didn't get any regen tools. Raven's lane is atrocious. Curious to see if Narman is making any stacks yet. No, he is not. Obviously, he plays with the Bristle. Now he's going to go and try and make some stacks so that the Bristle can at least... Now he's just going to go for the Rune guarding, interestingly enough, because you are playing with the Bristleback, so you kind of want to make stacks happen so Bristle gets his first couple of items quickly.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Farming stacks, scaling that Bristol is very nice opportunity for Trailer Park Boys. And Keeper of the Light, he has such a strong movement speed, especially when he gets the boot, so it's easily for him to like move around the map and secure the stacks without actually losing lane time to actually help the Bristleback. It's like one of the fastest heroes, right? The Coddle in the game.
Yeah, it has very high movement speed. Especially if you have Spirit Form obviously activated, you get quite a lot of movement speed increase. But yeah, Kato is one of the... I mean, he's riding on a freaking horse, so he better.
Yeah, it's like Scadufax from Lord of the Rings or
Yeah,
something.
he's Gandalf, baby.
It's an epic one. Yeah, baby.
Looking at it though, 1k net worth lead for the Dire side, mainly because Jackie is having an absolutely terrific time in the top lane, and Raven just can't even get close to the creep wave. SC, by the way, has level 2 Glaives of Wisdom, so he does steal 3. Okay, that was really weird.
Wow, the whip.
Did you?
That whip was insane, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I mean,
that was
one of the
cool.
very specific interaction right there, but you know, enough to disrupt the play. The silencer chase over Storm Spirit would probably have been enough to actually kill the Storm, I guess. I am not really sure, but it would have delivered a lot of harass. And regarding the second point over Glaives of Wisdom, I mean, on the mid-game scenario, it can be... it can diminish like Silencer's participation a lot, because when everyone's like level 5 to 6, Silencer becomes kind of an easy target. But you know,
as a haste,
gonna get chased.
Yeah, Yokam is Skaroo. There's the toss again. Ooh, nice little dodge,
Whoa.
but he's still gonna die.
Yeah, he has stick though, and
Yeah, but
dead.
it's still a
the
haste
rune is
rune
gonna be enough.
silencer, so it's obnoxious. He gets his third perma in stolen.
Yeah. But as I was talking, the Glaives, if you try to upgrade it at maximum, like sometimes you're gonna be an easy target. Just by the fact that, you know, you cannot be roaming around a lot with Silencer. It's not a very tanky support. So when everyone's like level 5 to 6, Silencer can get blasted. But so far so good. Nice movements by Trailer Park Boys. And they are trying to contest the top rune right now.
Yeah.
Especially because Ursa is level 6, bro. It's like
It's
a lot.
just problematic. They can't even defend it.
It
And this
is.
is going to mean that Yokam is so far off the mark there. Bottom lane, they will at least get a kill on 11. So 23 is having a really good time. Is actually top net worth as well, with Mac being in third space. So Mac is winning mid hard. 23 is winning bottom hard, but Jackie is destroying Raven. Absolutely zero farm on the Timbersaw. And he is about to die.
Pretty much.
Oh, no, there's the TP. Oh my god, the Centaur stomp.
Oh, the Centaur
Oh my
stun!
god.
Oh, no.
That is just absolute BS. Holy... Okay.
It had to be a Centaur there to
Yeah.
actually disrupt the play, but yeah. Oh man, luck is not in favor for Team Nemesis right now. And like on that death of Bristleback on the bottom lane, it was actually a Sunder kill, like very easily set up by 23 Savage. Just use Sunder and that's pretty much it.
Time to buy an armlet Dagon then.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The ultimate strategy. Oh, top lane, SC is here. He did go for 2 points in Arcane Curse, so no 3 points in Glaives of Wisdom. And Timbersaw's gonna just get bullied back. Silencer level 5. It's also gonna be problematic to get level 6s on these Radiant core supports. With the double experience shrine taken by the Dire side, and you need the Static Storm. Hell, the Wheel of Wonder is also amazing. Their Sanctity with the toss back play coming in onto Hanuel. He tries to run out of there, but it's Jackie with a killing spree on the Ursa.
It is. I mean, gonna accelerate the the item here, the Battle Fury that he's trying to bring. So it's gonna be a very strong Ursa. Yeah, I think he's gonna finish the Battle Fury probably on the 12-minute mark, considering that he's farming quite a lot so at the moment. I mean, it's a very early on Battle Fury.
Missed the timing there on the last hit on the tower. Bit too early, but yeah, 1k net with lead for Trailer Park Boys. They should be happy that the other two lanes are being won by them, but they're just... How do you recover at this point as a Timber Saw? You're not like the best, flashiest farmer.
You're not. Although he has like 3 points in Whirling Death, which can help him accelerate the farm in the jungle right now. But they will need time, and that might be the problem by itself here. Especially because the supports are both level 4, and you're gonna see a level 6 Koro and like Ringmaster, the Silencer, very, very soon. So you're gonna have like Global, you're gonna have like Spirit Form with Solar Binding. It's not gonna be easy whatsoever, the game here for Team Nemesis. They need to find something, you know, like stack some like 4 heroes, or even like wait and try to find an opening with TB to actually secure some net worth for them. But, you know, yeah.
It's not easy. Definitely not. Mid lane 2 is done with the Battle Fury. It's getting delivered right now. 11-minute Battle Fury is quite a good timing, I would say.
Definitely. I mean, very strong situation here for this Ursa. And I mean, the net worth, as you mentioned, it's not a very huge difference, but it's gonna scale up so strongly right now with this Battle Fury on Ursa, because he's gonna be able to cycle farm so fast, especially in the ancient stacks there, or at least ancient creeps, if he doesn't have any stacks available. Oh!
Global silence used, Ringmaster dead, Mac takes a secondary silence as well. Takes a lot of damage in the moment. 23 looking for Sanctity. Zip comes in. The Avalanche does connect onto Mac. He's going to zip in deeper. And Sanctity, Glim, Static Storm, blasted, taken down. As they do manage to find a big counter kill. As he's going to be another target. Norman will be found by Raven. This would be big if Raven can secure it. The silence on the Terrorblade slows him down a little bit. I would have expected him to just like throw out a reflection or something to get that slow in, but didn't chase for more, and it will be a 1-for-1 trade in the end. Global silence was used, but they did lose Sanctity.
Yeah, I mean, the trade is not in favor for Trailer Park Boys. They finally got that opening that I mentioned, where you bring the TB to actually help, considering that he has the most advantage on the Radiant side right now. But yeah, I mean, Ursa is still farming, so we're gonna see a very early on dagger on Ursa as well. And that's the point where he kind of like turned the tables around, considering that he's gonna, you know, amplify his farms so strongly with this Battle Fury. So
they find Silencer quickly, going in for Sanctity next. There is a glimpse, and they're gonna go for the drag back. Norman wants to get a good heal in onto Sanctity, but he's already dead. With another death onto the Tiny. Did just finish up his Blink Dagger, but dying twice in a row not going to help out his team in the slightest. And Raven's doing quite a lot of damage even with that horrid net worth.
Yep. Pretty much. They are like just recovering the game bit by bit, getting those kills. Timber is not actually the hero that needs a lot of items to produce things for his team as well. I mean, as long as he has the base set items such as Soul Ring, the boots finished, he can apply a lot of damage with Whirling Death and also the Chakram. So yeah, but naturally the more items you have, it's the better scenario you are in. So Jack Boy is almost very close to the dagger. We have Global Silence available again for Trailer Park Boys, so they can set up something. And if you like join the Ursa on the next like global usage, Storm will probably die, because it was a lack of DPS on the last play, especially because Bristol has low mobility. He cannot really reach the place very nicely. So if they just add the Ursa to the aggressions here, they will be able to kill probably every hero in the map. Maybe not TB, because he has like so much armor, but Storm will probably die in the combo. But yeah, TB can also die in that scenario.
Yeah, TB is getting his Manta style delivered, so that should be his farming item to speed it up a little bit more. Plus, obviously, it's a solid damage item with the Metamorphosis illusions behind him soon to be working as well. On the side of Nemesis, they're going to go for a nice triple ancient clear for Raven to try and get his farm going. Let's see, Mac. Okay, he's going for the Kaya Yasha, so that's going to be a Manta style game this time against Global Silence for obvious reasons. But they're playing, like, obviously they just want Jackie to get really fat and then run over the game. But it does give an avenue for Raven to get back into the game, which you also don't want to have happen. I mean, net worth wise, it's dwindling quickly. Yokam is also getting quite a solid amount of farm on that Ringmaster. Oh, this could be dangerous. They're looking for Mac.
It could be.
They have Global
They have
Silence on the
vision,
side.
considering. Yeah.
But he's gone. They know something funky's up. There's a courier flying into an area. They saw the courier flying. They know they're smoked. And they're just going to back off, drag him across the entire map.
He's gonna be found though, like if he
Yeah, but
missteps
it's
just 1
Yokam.
second.
So it's a worthwhile death there by Yokam. They're going to go for Sanctity. Stack Storm, Kinetic Field, Global Silence gets used. Storm Spirit, though, want to get the damage in onto Sanctity. Zip in deeper. There's the toss back. Sanctity with the Avalanche.
He's
gonna
gonna survive.
Sunder comes out. Jackie is dropping low with the rage. Can stay alive a little bit longer, but the perfect Sunder play coming in. 11 charging in for that Terrorblade. Glimpsed back out of the area, but that is a painful death onto Jackie. Metamorphosis is still going on for half the duration, so I don't necessarily know if you want to be here. Yokam is back in action as well, with his ulti available if need be. Raven, they do quite still have a decent amount of damage for the time being, but they're just going to back off. Especially now with Metamorphosis ending. He does have Demon Zeal. Tiny walking forward, looking for the catch. Blink in, going for the Ringmaster. Chip in. Yokam does keep himself alive. Sanctity is actually the one getting taken down. Yokam's still alive here. Throws out the whip to send 11 out of his direction. Glimpse comes in. They kite 11 all over the place. This Tib Bristleback in a lot of trouble. Jackie is back alive, and they will finally get the kill in onto Raven. But it's... yeah, Storm's just chilling in mid, farming it up. 23 got that kill onto Jackie. All in all, the net worth advantage has dwindled very fast.
Yeah, I mean, in the first section of the team fight there, I thought Tiny was going to die, but he was able to like hold himself alive with some bottle charges plus the Holy Locket from Keeper of the Light. But like overall, I mean, 23 Savage is just like
11.
owning the game, and now Bristol is gonna die. Yes.
He thought he was a lot
So,
more
I
tanky
mean,
than he actually was.
Considering that the game was very bad for the laning phase stage for Team Nemesis, everything is just like turning around. They are winning over execution right now. So nice job by them. Like very intense game so far.
Yeah, Mac is closing in on towards his Manta style. That should help against the Global Silence shenanigans from SC. Speaking of which, he does have it available at the moment. It's also the Coddle did go for that regen build, so he has the Holy Locket going for the mech next to try and keep his heroes alive. Bristleback has Crimson Guard done, so you're looking at a soon to be very tanky Dire side, which is something that the Radiant team is not that good at clearing.
Dire's bottom
Yeah,
tower
I mean,
is
you're
under
gonna
attack.
stop TB's physical damage by quite a lot, but you still have a lot of magical damage to apply with Timber, Storm, Ringmaster, and Disruptor.
I mean,
So that's one thing
Timber is
we need to
pure
watch out.
damage, so you can't even remove any of that damage. That's just straight up HP, which they do have, obviously.
Exactly.
Bristleback, Ursa with the ulti. Oh, they are in
Roche
the
is
Roche
slowing
pit.
down.
Jackie gonna get taunted by Roche. Yokam though dropping very low, trying to stay alive, is gonna get finished off momentarily. Or yeah, Jackie's gonna jump in, get the kill secured. And they got that Aegis, which also means they very likely will be able to get themselves the Tormentor immediately afterwards.
Exactly. So Trailer Park Boys just playing Dota by the book
Tiny?
right here, securing macro objectives.
Oh,
Tiny.
the blink reveal from Hanuel. Static Storm Kinetic Field catch. Tiny is caught. And Sanctity
Not
makes
good.
a bit of an overstep, but it should at least mean that Tormentor goes to the dire side, which is going to be Silencer getting a free shot. I mean, it increases your stolen, I guess. More smarts.
Yeah.
Glimpse.
Big brain, big brain. But yeah, they glimpse out Bristleback, so he loses some chunk of farm in the middle lane. But like, even though they lost like these two macro objectives, I feel like Tiny's it's not being able to produce what they are expecting with the hero, especially because he's getting killed. Like Timber is slowly making himself back in the game with those skills. So they need to watch out. Bristow, he's being watched, but you know, glimpse back him, so everything is fine. And TB is looking for that Scotty, which is a nice addition to the hero. Gonna be very much tankier after he gets the Scotty. And also, what can we say? Although they have Crimson, I mean, the Scotty's low movement speed is very strong.
The heal
So
reduction
actually, you
as
know,
well,
secures-
especially the heal reduction
well.
against this Coddle and Bristleback's innate regen is going to be very important.
So yeah, I mean, the game's still rolling for both sides. Nothing actually defined here. It's an open game for both sides.
Yeah, they're smoked up once more, looking for a fight top. They do have that age for another 3 minutes. BKB as well on the Ursa to use.
Under attack.
With Yokam, the one in front, probably going to be the first target to jump. Yeah, Yokam, Ringmaster. Is going to just try and be obnoxious, but only for a very short amount of time as the rest of the Radiant team gets out of the area.
Completely fine. It's just like creating space for the team to keep on farming. And yeah, you don't really want to engage against Ursa, considering the Aegis plus BKB situation there. Now that Mac was able to dismantle the Yasha and Kaya and get this Manta, now he might be able to, like, you know, play a little bit more aggressively. Like, for instance, on the last Roche Pit contest attempt there, he didn't do anything because he didn't have the Manta. So if he jumps in, Global Silence comes and then he dies. So now Mac can be a little bit more participative in the game, which should be like very necessary for the Radiant side. You need to have that active Storm roaming around.
Yeah, the Storm Mac is almost done with the Kaya Sanj. Curious to see where he's going to go further. I mean, BKB is not really that useful this game. It's actually kind of terrible. It's only good against Tiny. And he already has Manta against the Silence from the Silencer. So, yeah, I would assume... I mean, maybe he gets the Witchblade. Could go for Shiva's, actually. I think Shiva's would be nice, because he needs armor against the Bristleback Ursa.
I guess so, yeah. Shiva's is good for Storm here.
But same for Timbersaw, you could also
Some
go for the
extra...
Shivas.
Also that, but Storm is maybe a little bit up ahead regarding item states, but he is actually aiming for a Witchblade, which is the item that he marked right now. So probably Witchblade Parasma is the options here for Mac, sorry. And yeah, I mean Timber, he just went for the Lotus and now aiming for the Sanjin Kaya.
Raven has caught up to both Sanctity and 11 in terms of net worth. So the Timbersaw that had the absolute most atrocious lane that I've seen in quite a while is now on almost equal footing with 2 of the enemy cores. And that gets, well, pretty problematic because Mac is still quite a decent bit ahead of Sanctity. 23 is top net worth at the moment. Obviously, Jackie is competing closely with him, and when it comes to a man fight, it's not guaranteed that 23 can win that man fight, especially if Jackie is on top of him. Until 23 gets probably his Hurricane Pike. But he's going to go for, but he has his Scotty no done. He's going to go for the Butterfly next, which forces the Ursa to go MKB. I really do like the Butterfly pickup once he manages to secure it, because it really screws over Ursa's gameplay.
Agreed. 100% agreed on that scenario there. And sometimes you don't... Oh, wait.
They find Jackie. Global silence. There is a Manta available for Mac. Gets the zip away. Jackie does have the Enrage. Still has a BKB available as well. Sanctity trying to get a catch. They're getting jump in. Static Storm is going to be a bit of a surprise here. Sanctity dropping low. Wheel of Wonder right in front of them, and it's a taunt onto 1. Jackie dropping low. Does he get the BKB pop? Yes, he does. Heal from Norman is going to keep him alive. Sanctity is going to get taken down by the TB Illusions of Death with that Scotty damage slow coming in, and 11 is a Gonzo. 2 kills, 2 cores dead. They keep Jackie alive, but a pretty big fight with that Scotty reveal from the TB.
Pretty much. I mean, the decisions by Team Nemesis, they are all on point because they knew that the Aegis was about to expire, so trying to play aggressive here was a nice, a nice movement by them. And like Mac controlled his HP and mana on a very healthy state, considering that I think he had like a Lotus to heal himself up. So they just baited everything out, the global, the BKBs, and still managed to get like nice kills for them. So I mean, Nemesis, they are just turning things around. This is not really an open game for both sides anymore. I'd say that Team Nemesis, especially with TB's items right now, they are probably a little step ahead to maybe secure this game too. I mean, the Butterfly is not an option anymore. He's actually aiming for the Daedalus here, the TB, 23 Savage, which should probably help him to, kill those heroes faster. And yeah, I mean, it's a nice scenario. It felt like on this last play, the Ursa is not going to have a good time whatsoever on trying to fight the TB in the team fight. So yeah, that's pretty much it, Roman.
I mean, I can understand the Daedalus, because it did feel like his damage output onto the Bristleback, especially with the Crimson Guard, wasn't really that much as he would have liked. And with the Daedalus, you have like Bristle walks in, he just straight up dies. And I think he wants to go more for that route, as he doesn't fear the Ursa as much at this stage. So I can understand that. I mean, both of them work as it would for... Okay, Ursa already has queued up that he wants to go for the MKB, so... that might be a preemptive move. In the meantime, Storm is building up that Shiva's Guard, as we did mention. Chooses to go for it instead of the Witchblade. Yeah, he kind of really does need the extra armor against this dire team. The minus armor from the Bristle and the Ursa being obviously full physical damage.
Storms just jumped in to fetch the regen rune. Like, TB was actually full HP and full mana, and he didn't actually... let Mac go for that regen rune, so it was funny. I mean,
reported
I don't
right
know
there.
what's up there.
What a safe lane.
Yeah, I'd report him for sure, man. Although like 23 Savage, he's pretty much carrying the game so far, but Mac is not like far behind. He's like 1-0-7, being very participative, like joining every fight that he can without dying. So good job by both cores here.
Well, they're all taking the gateway to the bottom side of the map. On Team Nemesis, Timbersaw is going for the Gleipnir for the bigger AoEs on his spells, but also roots against the enemy team to make sure that they don't engage or get those blink daggers out of there. Abyssal Blade in the meantime is also done on the Ursa, so he does have that guaranteed stun. They're in the Roche pit right now, but I think that might have given away that they are taking Roche as in the pit. Roche is dropping quickly. Timber's Saw is nearby. Roche has been already secured. Do you want to take a fight against that Aegis? Unlikely so, but in 30 seconds, Tormentor's also up, and that would, you know, you also don't want to let that one go a second time.
Exactly. They are probably gonna stay here at the top lane and like contest the next Tormentor, because if they lose it, it's a nice chunk of net worth that you lose overall. So I have to say something. I really like this ward here that they placed. It's currently not being revealed, or they don't know about this ward here. So very good spot there to give out so much information to the Dire team. Which is the one like on the top lane there. I try to think sometimes. I don't know if like the Chick-Tai saw it, but I mean, anyways, the Torm is just gonna be secured by the Radiant side, I guess. With high ground vision, they cannot really go high ground and contest Team Nemesis Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, it's gonna be the Tormentor picked up pretty quickly. I see a bunch of static remnant illusions there. Tools there, and free shard for the Disruptor, who is about 2,100 gold away from his Aghanim Scepter. That's gonna be really good to have with the Blink Dagger already available. They have 3 cores with the BKBs. You catch any of the 3 out in the Static Storm with the Terror Blade, Metamorphosis, Daedalus next to it, you get a bunch of kills.
Yes. So, game is still rolling.
Yeah, that Aegis
Nice
kind of saved
advantage
them
for Team Nemesis.
for this part of the game.
I guess so, but still, like, I feel like this TB is kind of out of control. They're gonna find the Disruptor on the bottom side of the map. Easy kill with the phylactery damage by Sanctity. But, you know, like, TB, he is going to be a problem. Now we get Shivas on Storm as well, more ways to, you know, disrupt the team fight. So they are very strong, Team Nemesis, especially if they find like a good team fight situation, like maybe on high ground, on a spot that benefits their team.
Yeah, the Bristleback going for the Loathsorb as his next item, always great against the Sunder potential play or the drag from the Storm. So that's going to be a neat one if they manage to secure it, especially the Sunder counter is going to be important. We saw that in the previous fight bottom lane where TV got the... Because they have Global Silence and the Avatos, and now, well, they do have the Abyssal Blade to at least try and stun up the TB to make sure he doesn't get the Sunder off. So Lotus is going to be quite needed. Global Silence immediately used there. Jackie doesn't rage instantly. He's on the run, but they do have Glimpse. However, with the BKB, can he get out of there?
He didn't use. Okay. I understand, but
yeah, it's his first life gone. He pops a BKB immediately afterwards with the Stack Storm around it. 23, can he get the cast? There's going to be the save attempt. And he's looking for a Sunder target, but he's going to get sunned up immediately with the passion. 23 is dead. Whip comes out a little bit late. Raven with the Timber Chain out to the side. And the 3 Diacores still alive. Maxip's right next to Jackie. Has to go to low ground, Zip TP out, but there's the Avalanche interruption, and they get themselves 3 kills. Looking for more, and at 23, he was so lost looking for a Sunder target. Immediately after he got out of the Escape Act, he just got stunned up by Jackie.
Yeah. Exactly, and all BKBs were up, so there were no real targets for him to actually use the Sunder. I feel like this this play that they tried to secure was not the best option whatsoever. Like the spot that they decided to fight wasn't good. The Aegis benefit clearly disruptive to actually overextend for quite a while. And I mean, this gives out such a good chunk of money towards Trailer Park Boys, because they get like two core kills that had like good streaks on their heads. So yeah, it's like a 7-kill streak, a TB, and a Storm, which, you know, had 2 kills on his head, but he had like a lot of assists participations as well. So I mean, this makes Trailer Park Boys on their radar again, which is not the thing that Team Nemesis was looking for. Most likely, I mean, quite a better scenario for them.
Yeah, that really was not ideal. And now it's a net worth advantage for Trailer Park Boys. 23 second in net worth as Jackie has overtaken him. Is going for the Swift Blink now on the Ursa. Has the MKB, so that means Butterfly is of no use. Terrorblade, because of that, is going to go for the Disperser just so that he can try and outrun his enemies. Also, the mana drain on a hero like Bristleback would be very impactful to have. Obviously, they have Coddle zip in from Mag going immediately here for the Coddle. Wheel of Wonder gets a taunt going in. They get a kill. Global Silence was used. 23. Hurricane Pikes himself out of harm's way. And they want to reinitiate, but the Trailer Park Boys side is going to back off completely.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I mean, playing very safely there with the Hurricane Pike. No actually real need to do so, because they already killed the Coddle so fast, and the Global was such early on use on this last team fight there. But I mean, this was the sort of team fight that Team Nemesis was actually aiming for when they decided to go on that Ursa. So yeah, now everything is fine. They are trying to reset the game once more. And the difference between those, like both teams, it's very minimal. It's like less than 1k net worth. So everything going good. Like the only thing that we need to watch out, maybe it's the third Roshan, because if Nemesis loses the third Roshan, then they are gonna be waiting again for a better opportunity. And to be honest, they have total chance of dominating the map right now. And like, oh, okay, Disruptor gonna TP out.
Just barely manages to get the escape going.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And yeah, it's still a close game in terms of net worth, and TB is also still no easy hero to kill. But he needs to kind of survive the BKB duration in those fights so that he can get the Sundercast off. And that is the one thing that is a little bit problematic at the moment, because the Ursa does do a lot of damage and has quite a lot of control. Now added with that MKB, because yeah, MKB counters evasion, but it's also really, really good to have for just the magic damage output and the physical damage output that you get from the MKB, because the 70 bonus magic damage is something TB is not good against, especially without a BKB.
I agree, yeah. I have to point out though that I like this Disperser option that 23 Savage is seeking for, because, you know, burning up the Bristleback's mana is very good, but also having a Disperser on your side to actually dispel maybe some charges of Nasal Ghoul and also maybe Solar Bind or anything that were applied on your head after you use the Manta. It's a nice scenario, so I kind of like appreciate this option that 23 Savage is going for here. Because, like, as you mentioned, he's aiming for Sunder targets, but if he's like slow movement, if he's not able to move around freely and, you know, very compromised on that sense, it's gonna be hard to find like good Sunder and maybe escape a little bit while you try to kite the BKBs.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, and both sides are kind of looking to deal with each other. The only issue is you have Terrorblade on the Radiant side, so he is sending those illusions all across the map to just cut creep waves. And he's doing quite a decent job at it, as all the Dire lanes are pushed back towards their tier 2 towers.
Wow.
And Norman is a quick. That's a big kill. That's a lot of sustain that they lost. Jumping immediately coming out from Jackie, going for the fight here. There is the Static Storm kinetic field with the Aghanim Scepter. Silence coming in. They did manage to take down Raven. 23 is trying to pump out damage. He's actually kind of struggling here to get the damage out to kill off these targets. Bristleback turns around. They're going to go in onto 23. He's dropping low. He does get taken down, but they did lose Jackie in a very fell swoop. So it's a safe laner for a safe laner. Raven did buy back for this. And 11 really showing how tanky is on that Bristleback at the moment.
Exactly. They need ways to break the Bristleback passive skill. And like overall, the timing of this play was decent for both teams, although a little bit more costful for the Radiant side, considering that they waste a buyback on an offlaner, and on the Dire side they just use a support buyback. But the thing is, like, if the Roche was spawned just a little bit early on, maybe the easy pick off on Coral would mean like a hard disengage and then go to the Roche pit. Timber. Okay, he needs to watch out.
Yeah, he does have that Lotus at least. There's going to be the toss back play coming in. Storm Mac trying to go for the Coddle. He does have a decent amount of damage output with Raven there as well. But Raven needs to be careful because he would be a dieback if he falls. Two-man route. Is it going to be enough? Static Storm, Kinetic Field. They will find the kill onto Narman as Raven's trying to run away from that Bristleback. In the meantime, there's going to be a catch onto Sanctity on the back line. But Sanctity has a BKB available in a second. They're going to get the silence in onto Mac. No Manta available this time around. Has the Shiva's Guard running out of mana at the moment. Global silence comes out. And Raven, can he Timber Chain himself out to safety? No, he is dead. Roche has respawned. Tormentor's about to respawn. Avatar toss combo from Sanctity. They lose Mac. Another core dead. In comes 23 charging for it. The Glimpse actually might have just saved them here. They will lose Sanctity, but the problem... Okay, Jackie is going to TP in, but he is very far away. Has an amplified damage rune in front of him and a Roche to take right next to him.
Exactly. So the timing benefits Trailer Park Boys overall. Very long team fights happening right here. And like clearly Dire side winning over this condition here, a dieback for the Timber Soul. So yeah, we are watching a situation here that apparently damage is not enough to actually deal with TPB heroes here. So now, I mean, considering that they lost the third Aegis, the Radiant side, they need to watch out and play high ground, because high ground is where TB allegedly will actually shine, you know, with the extra range on Metamorphosis. If they have enough time to control TPB heroes, TB will shine. But otherwise, I mean, you can also get stomped by Ursa just jumping over your head, and you know, Tiny applying so much burstable, strong burst damage on your heroes, which, I mean, even on high ground should be a problem for the Radiant side.
Yeah, and now you gotta deal with the Refresher Ursa, so he has the double Enrage, double BKB in the team fight with obviously the Aegis as well. Gives the cheese to the Coddle, I mean, you can really see that sustain coming in clutch in a lot of these engagements, and TB just doesn't feel anywhere close to as tanky as he kind of needs to be. Once Ursa gets on top of him, you see that HP bar just get shredded. He's going for the Silver Edge. I like that. It gives him the mobility needed and also the break needed against that Bristle, because if Bristle gets broken, he does drop very quickly.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
Maybe not so much anymore due to the Assault Cuirass that he got like on the past like 2 minutes, and he is also aiming for a Heart of Tarrasque here, so it's gonna be a very tank Bristleback. But I agree with you, 100%. That break situation there was very much needed, and yeah, let's see if it's gonna pay out the Silver Edge. If they don't carry out like a does, but Bristol has a gem actually, they can still see the TB walking around freely.
Yeah, the TB also
what they
level
need,
25
actually?
now. He has the Metamorphosis duration.
Yeah, at least that talent gonna help him a lot. But I feel like they need to find a good Static Storm setup with Aghanim Scepter, because, you know, the fights were so chaotic that the Aghanims from Disruptor didn't actually shine so far. Maybe due to the fact that TPB got like the 3 Ages of the game too, so like having an extra life on Jackie, it's currently a problem every time that they are seeking those fights.
Yeah, no, I 100% do agree. The static storm, kinetic field, it had a couple of catches, but the problem was, like you catch the bristleback, he turned around, and then that's not really what you want. The bristleback was hard to kill. Now they do have the silver edge, so if they catch the bristleback, they can definitely nuke him down. Because he can't even use the cheese in that static storm, which is going to be an important factor.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the balls here. So yeah, currently the second game of the best of 3, very contested game. So TPB, they adapt quite strongly for this second match here. A nice game to watch.
Yeah, hopefully the issues will be resolved soon so we can get back into action. Are there any interesting items coming in? Storm is going for Shard plus Ags. He is level 25, has overloaded attack bounce, so the Shard is really a lot of damage boost to the hero. Obviously, Ags will be incredibly important later down the line as well in these team fights. What does the Dire have? Okay, Refresh is actually very close for the Silencer here. He just needs the... Well, he only needs the money for the recipe to be able to get the double global silence in these team fights, which will be very impactful, as they do have a couple of dispel tools on the Radiant side, but like Disruptor tends to not have anything, and then Disruptor is going to be in a tough spot.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yep. Gem for Disruptor right now, Smoke for TPB, Trailer Park Boys. Any other items that came through right now? I don't think so. I mean, Storm Spirit Mac, he's aiming for an Aghanim Shard. He got Flayer's Bolta as tier 4 items, and the fight is about to erupt here.
Yeah, they're going to go in. There is going to be an attempt, but a little bit of a dodge. But Metamorphosis was used for this.
Radiant's middle tower.
So they need to commit, probably.
Yeah, they kind of have to get something done, but they're already backed off. And now they can just wait out the Metamorphosis duration and then go back in on the Radiant side, and that can be very problematic.
Yeah, if they saw the meta being popped, then most likely they just need to wait it out and go high ground. Because like that, you can more easily jump and try to dive. Oh, that's
Jump
the play.
in, and there's the break coming in, and quickly 11 is dead. They will lose Honeywell in response. Jackie needs to be careful. They have a buyback available on the Dire side. Zip in deep. Raven here with the BKB feeling immortal as well. SC gets blown to smithereens. They need to get more catches, but with, of course, the Disruptor dead, they don't have the glimpse available for the fight, but they forced buyback onto 11 in that engagement. And yeah, I mean, Metamorphosis, he has that level 25 talent for the extra 30 seconds Metamorphosis duration, and they fought him for honestly no reason there.
Yeah, I mean, the Aghanim Scepter from Disruptor, Static Storm was very well connected on Bristleback, the Silver Edge used as well, so that's how you kind of counter the plays here. That was the necessary play to execute. So now they don't have the Aegis, they have the cheese, but it might not be enough. I wouldn't even try or attempt to go high ground here, especially because Silencer is dead. So, I mean, Team Nemesis, they just bought more time, and the game is open for both sides with that play, especially because if you get Bristleback again on this type of scenario where Disruptor kind of kills himself to secure the kill on Bristol, you get a dieback on a very strong hero for TPB, and like by playing a 5v4 scenario, even if like Disruptor dies, as I mentioned, on a 4v4 scenario, probably TB is gonna like outperform the TPB team. So especially with Storm and all that jazz helping them. So yeah, it's they need to go for that dieback on Bristleback.
Yeah, the Bristleback is going for the heart. He just wants to try and out-sustain the damage output. That's will be very tough, as we just saw how much damage came from the TB in a very short amount of time. TB is going for the BKB at the moment. Timbersaw also, once he pops the BKB in the team fight, it feels like he is impossible to kill for the dire side, because it's really just the Ursa that does the damage. The damage output from Sanctity on the Tiny is minimal. He is more of a disruptive playmaker at this stage.
Yes, I agree. I mean, the Phylactery for like Snowball Tiny, you really have to get that item early on, but on this game he really needs to get the Blink Dagger as a first item. Like draft-wise, there was no way of snowballing this Tiny for this game, I guess. So they are abusing the TB's illusions here. They are gonna force out the Glyph, which is very huge for the 14, like 50 minute mark. Very strong situation here.
Did not get, or the backdoor protection didn't come in, so they are forced to TP back to defend the area. Roche, let's see, in 10 seconds we'll see how long it takes for Roche to respawn. That's going to be a very important next Roshan, because of course that Aegis expired quite a whiles back. It's almost max duration respawn time for Roshan. That's going to give a lot of time and space here.
Exactly. Okay, so we get to see some Boots of Travel 2 coming in for TPB. You wanna deal with the split push that TB is actually applying against your game. So I think that's very respectable, the idea of getting bots 2 for yourself. Ursa aiming for that Aghanim Blessing, so he can maybe have more enrage usages over the long team fights, and maybe, you know, surpass some controls where you are able to press R anyway. But yeah, I mean, TB feels unstoppable right now, and he's like outperforming and outfarming the Ursa for...
This time Stormspear does manage to get the regen rune. 400 gold away from the Aghanim Scepter on the Storm as well. That's going to be a pretty big item to secure for the AoE Electric Vortex, especially to catch the supports on the backline. Coddle does have the Ags now, so they have more control on the dire side. The Silencer the double global is going to be pretty important. Sanctity nearby does get... Oh, now he does get spotted, and Sanctity is dead. No one from his team is anywhere close to him.
At least it's not a dieback, right? I mean, Tiny has buyback here, but it's probably going to compromise the Aegis timing right now. Sorry, I kind of disconnected here. Sorry.
Well, the plus side is Roche is up in a minute, 80 seconds for the respawn on Tiny, so there's a 20-second gap where he's still dead and Roche is up. But Metamorphosis will be down at that stage for the Roche potential take, and that could be very impactful for the dire side. TB in the meantime has 10k gold just lying in the bank. Buyback, he has an extra 6k gold lying about, so he could just buy a BKB, he could buy a Refresh Orb, he could buy an equipable Ags, and still have money to spare. Chooses to go for the BKB.
Money, 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 money.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, that's what you get for cutting all the creep waves the entire time with his illusions, forcing the dire team back towards their base.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Currently very strong, for sure. I mean, Eggs, Blessing would be a nice addition for his game. So you have like two ways of using Metamorphosis, but the Aegis right now is currently enough, I guess. But like you have to like juggle your items around. He doesn't have any slots to use, so it's quite hard for him. And now he finds himself like a illusion room, so it's gonna help even more the split push scenario. Oh my god. I mean, feels kind of like not really checkmate for TPB, but the game is very hard right now in my perspective. What do you think, Truman?
I mean, net worth-wise, it's pretty close, and it really comes down to you kill TP, you have a very good shot. But yeah, obviously, ultra late game TP is always very hard to deal with, and this game is no different. It is very hard to deal with the TB in this situation. Metamorphosis is used by the TB, as Sanctity showed himself there, but no jump, no kill, no catch.
Yeah,
And that might
nice
just
reactions
be
by
a
Disruptor.
wasted meta.
I mean, Helnuel, he just properly reacted to this one, so it's on him that he didn't die on Tiny's jump. And this is like a classical scenario, right? You know that even defending on high ground is hard. Oh, wait.
Static Storm #1, Global Silence comes out, Bristleback takes a lot of damage. There's a jump in from Sanctity, but there is, of course, the refresher second Global Static Storm kinetic field available here for Disruptor, as he is waiting it out. Aegis has been popped. There's going to be round #2, and the BKB in time, but 23 is already dead in one Avatas Wombo combo. Buys back, Mag dropping low, Wheel of Wonder tanking up the Ursa, controlling him up. Ursa's dropping low, Ursa is dead. Double Vivek on the dire side. They're going to try and get out. 23 bought back for this, and that TB died stupidly fast, the second life.
Yeah, you know, the problem was... Wait, let's see if anything is happens here.
Yeah, they're gonna go for a Yokam, toss him back, control him up. They really want that kill, because that's a dieback if he falls, and he does fall, with the gem also being taken by the Dire team.
Yeah, but Storm has a gem available on himself, so it's... Regarding vision and gem, it's not so bad for the Radiant team. But like, you know what was really disruptive on this last play? Like the Aghanim Scepter for Keeper of the Light, and the fact that TB didn't have his BKB up. He actually lost so much momentum there, so he wasn't able to move around, he wasn't able to click properly and apply that strong DPS that he's able to apply. So like, it was very, very hard for him. The existence of the Will of Wisp. So yeah, now at least he has like an Aghanim Blessing, so he has another charge of Metamorphosis if necessary. And he's just gonna play safe and go back to base right now. I mean, game is close for both teams right now. Like, big buybacks were forced.
Yeah, the Terror Wave can be very impactful, the AoE Fear, to try and keep himself alive, but obviously the BKB, the Ursa now has the Aghanim Scepter as well equipped, so he has that Enrage on an 18-second cooldown. Plus he can use it while disabled, which is also important. Nonetheless, if you still get caught by the Static Storm kinetic field from the Disruptor, you are going to get killed. Luckily enough, in that previous fight, he waited with the BKB right after Global Silence ended, essentially, so that he didn't get caught by the second Static Storm kinetic field. So a great job there from Jackie to know that there was a second Static Storm coming.
With the refresher shard, yes.
Top tower is under attack.
I mean, Dota 2 professional players, they are accounting every thing that they can, so good job by Jackie, most likely. TB here, he's trying to go for the Moon Shard right now, so he's gonna be stacked up with full items
to get
at
this stage anyway.
Yeah. Totally. Considering there is no buyback for both sides, I mean, you just invest everything you can and try to like full stack your hero. But like, considering that he died on the last play, we can see the level difference. Jackie Boy is almost getting level 30, while TB is just level 27.
Yeah, that's the TB, cuts creep waves, but doesn't get the experience for it, for the most part. Storm is going for Parasma, actually, instead of the Aghanim Scepter. Interestingly enough. Don't know why.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I mean, an AoE Electric Vortex at this point of the game, 60 minutes in, is just too strong. I would go for that route too, I guess. Unless you wanna really try to find Silencer in the backline with like enough DPS to use your Nullifier and kill him. Maybe that's the game plan, because you know the eggs won't actually optimize your DPS by that much. So
That is
Witchblade and
true.
Parasma would definitely work around, I guess.
That might be the idea behind it, to try and add the damage in case 23 gets killed off, so that you at least have some impact of your own. Amplified damage did get picked up by the Storm Spirit in the meantime, so does have quite a decent amount of damage now, as they are lurking about looking for any good catches here. But both teams playing very defensively. Obviously, the main cores on either team do not have buyback available, so you lose Jackie or 23, you're probably looking at GG.
Yes, Mac almost have his buyback by gold. He just needs to farm a little bit, but if he's aiming for a like all-in situation here, he was probably gonna buy the Parasma without buyback. I mean, that's one way to play it, because if your main core, in this case TB, doesn't have the buyback up, then like maybe like not saving the buyback for yourself, it's a respectable decision in my opinion. Just go all in, you know? Do or die.
Exactly, do or die. Scythe of Ice on Carl. That's a big item pickup, especially against the Storm when he zips in, and with the Carl's level 25 Illuminate damage. Doesn't have the shard yet for the extra increase Illuminate heal. And the 2 charges of Soulbind, but the Carl does get a lot of a cast, 300 cast range bonus from the Spirit form. Almost 3k HP as well on the Carl at this stage. Silence at level 25 as well has the Arcane Curse charges.
They see yours.
Oh, they scan it. They find the
Storm-
Silencer.
yeah,
Global 1 gets used, and Silencer is donezo. But TP in from 11 gets... I don't necessarily know the glimpse back was needed, but...
Plus, I mean, it was Storms with DD. If the DD was like not about to expire, maybe they would go for the decision to overextend the play and try to kill Bristle. But maybe they're just like waiting the Roche to come back. That's why it was like the fear of the Roche respawning and then just suddenly overextending your play and losing the next Roche or the team fight. I think it's fine, I guess. I mean, chaotic
True, but
game,
if you
60
jumped in
minutes
with a static storm kinetic field, he'd die.
Pretty much, I agree with you. If TB is in range and then Storm follows up, Bristol probably dies. I mean, they need to farm tier 5 items right now. Because, you know, 16 minutes mark of the game. Good items to get.
I have not actually played any games with the... are there any new interesting ones?
Me
Or
neither.
What's the Rift
Yeah,
Shadow Prism?
Let me check here.
Oh, that's create an illusion. Huh. Oh, that's
For TB?
great for TB.
Is that the case? Yeah.
Oh, doesn't Blood Rights now a tier 5 item? Okay, Spider Legs tier 5 item. Kind of weird. Let's see. Fallen Sky. Boundless as well. 275 cast range added for the Coddle.
That's
Stygian
insane, right?
Desolator for Ursa. Bristleback's got Book of the Dead. Stygian Desolator for Tiny, who doesn't really do that much right clicking, but sure. Also has the Wise enchantment, so he gets experience. 1,000 experience per minute. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting enough, for sure, because, I mean, he's close to level 30, okay, but at this stage of the game, do you really want to aim for XP? Like, there's so much good enchantments to use.
Disruptor has Des and Bloodright for the bigger AoE on Static Storm. That's neat.
That's
Regalia,
insane.
Divine Regalia on Storm Spirit.
They want to
Also,
fight.
Des and Bloodright on Timbersaw for the bigger AoE. And Spell Timeless buff as well on it. 023. They're all very close to each other. Roche has respawned. But the smoke gank ends. Mac, gotta be careful. He's level 29. Huzzah!
It's just insane game right now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, so they have like pretty much every lane pushed. Especially with the usage of Book of the Dead by Jokan. They can try to secure this Roche here if they want. They have enough damage to quickly erase this Roche, I guess. But you know, the fear of losing the match, it's higher. Considering that they can close the game, in this case like the Radiant side, with a 2-0.
Oh,
Nice movements by
Sanctity.
Mac.
Yeah, they tried to get the catch, but fast response coming in, and they're going to be able to at least clear their triangle. As Mac is trying to get a catch, needs to be careful because his pool is dropping low. Does have the arcane room, but gotta be a little bit careful in that response. Roche was killed by the Radiant last time, so if the Dire goes for it, the roar will not be heard, I think. Or no, it was killed by the Dire wait, yeah, who killed it? Yeah, Dire
was
killed it because they had the
Radiant
refresher shard. Right?
No, it was Radiant. Like, the TB, they were trying to siege bottom lane, you remember?
Oh, yeah, never mind. You
Yeah,
are
yeah.
right.
No, it's fine.
Been a long
it's fine.
game. Oh no, Mac.
Oh, Storm?
Hexed up. Can he get the cast off? Global
Who's
Silence.
that?
He is dead, and that Divine Regalia is gone. So, no tier,
5
5
minutes.
neutral item. I hate that neutral item
Exactly.
because you always die if you get it.
Well, game is hard, Truman. They
Game
use
is
one
hard.
global at least.
Yeah, that's global number 1, but they do have global number 2 available as well. Metamorphosis used, and Spooderlags on silence to get him to the low ground. There's a jump coming in, a lot of spells thrown, a lot of spells whiffed in the area. But with Metamorphosis now used, they can just wait that one out and then go for Roche at that stage.
Yeah, but he has eggs, right? So he can just pop the Terror Wave and get another Metamorphosis charge, or at least like 15 seconds of meta with Terror Wave.
Oh, Roche.
Storm.
So actually, Ursa is dropping low. Jackie's trying to get the Roche
Ooh.
kill, but he's going to get taken down. He does have a buyback available in the pit. There's going to be Static Storm number 2 coming in. This might be a big mistake here. There's still a refresher on the floor. Eats the cheese on the bristle. Is going to get taken down. Sanctity got that Aegis. Is going to lose that first life. Has the secondary. Walks it off. But they managed to get themselves 3 core kills. 2 buybacks forced out for that engagement, and that is a disastrous one for the Dire side. They still have that Terror Wave, as you mentioned as well, on Nemesis, but no Ursa buyback, no Bristle buyback are both very
That's-
big ones.
Exactly, that's huge for Team Nemesis, forcing out those buybacks, winning a 5v4 situation there, because like Storm was dead all over this like last team fight there in the Roche pit. And Jokan with the whips, you know, he even managed to like steal the refresher shard on the Roche pit apparently. I don't know how, but he gets it. So yeah, I mean, now you are able to use 2 Wheel of Wonders in one team fight, which could be very decisive at this point of the match. To be honest, like Disruptor, he cannot really use the refresher shard considering that he popped the orb by himself. So, I mean, now the game is very open for Team Nemesis. I mean, net worth-wise, it doesn't make any difference at this point of the game. Like, everyone's so strong, everyone's like almost maxed out, but the buybacks, it's huge, immense.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Can they finish it off though? That's the question. Because again, 23 has been blown up a couple of times this game as well by the Ursa, but if they just wait it out until they have the refresh orb available again on the Disruptor, which is 40 seconds, that Aghanim Scepter from Disruptor with the huge AoE now with the Dozen Blood, right, it just brings in so much more of a scare in these team fights.
Exactly. Plus, like, Disruptor is kind of suffering with XP at the current moment, but when he gets level 25, you can also have like a plus 150 static storm radius, which should be insane for the next team fight when he gets to level 25.
Yeah, it's gonna be the high ground push coming in. First real one being attempted here. They don't actually need to have the TV nearby. Just those illusions are enough to get rid of the tier 3 towers in the process. And the siege, I mean, it's working. But they're not gonna risk it by going too aggressive on towards Dire High Ground. It seems they don't want to make the mistake that they throw the game out the window. Storm is close to his equipped Aghanim Scepter as well.
I mean, TB with like 15k gold to use, but he's maxed out. Storm can regain his tier 5 item right now with like just a little bit of neutral camp farming. He's finally going for the Aghanim Blessing as well, but trying to like save for his buyback. A very long game. I think it's the longest game I've watched of this patch so far.
Of this patch, definitely. And it's still not going to be done anytime soon. I think, because the Radiant
so.
wants to get the next Roche probably before they do anything. And that gives the Dire team a lot of time. Yeah, 23, he's buying bots level 2. He's buying Refresher Orb as well. I mean, you gotta be fully 19 slotted at this stage.
Yeah, you're gonna use the courier too to actually, you know, hold some of the items that you wanna use. But
Shot things in and out.
Juggle Master, 23 Savage. They could go for the Torm as well. I mean, it's not a big thing at this point of the game, but like Aghanim Shardo on Ringmaster could also be useful, you know? Just a little bit of spotlights in the team fights. Maybe some mischances. I think it applies, like some mischance, right? It does, 30%. It's a lot. It's quite a lot, actually.
Wait, how
What?
does Storm have a new neutral item?
Cause it replenishes, like
Oh, really?
about, yeah, it's like 10 minutes away from, let's see that fight here.
Oh, Sanctity, that's a dead Tiny, does have a buyback available. I did not know that it replenishes. I thought if
Like
you just
me-
lost Regalia, then the punishment of Regalia is really minimal.
It's minimal if the game overextends like 10 minutes more, so like if you get 10 more minutes, you can actually get another choice of tier 5 items. That's essentially it.
Huh. The more you know.
Interesting, right? Yeah, it is interesting. Like, for instance, 23 Savage, he can actually choose through another tier 5 items from the item pool that he gets, which we cannot really see, but it's available if he want to change his item. The team fight is going to
Going
erupt
in
here.
onto 23, and
dead.
he's dead. Straight up dead. They're going to get the catch as well onto the Timber
Wow.
Saw. Second one dead, and they need to get out quickly. Gets the TP out of there. Yeah, 23 just gets blown up so quick. If he doesn't pay attention for half a second, he's gone.
Exactly, it's too much damage. At least for the current moment, they are with the 3 lanes pushed, so like going in and trying to secure something on the enemy base by TPB, Trailer Park Boys. It's not going to be so easy. And one thing that we need to notice as well is that Roche could respawn in like 50 seconds, and it's not like nearly enough time for TB to actually come back. So this could be a huge advantage for TPB, just 1 buyback in trade for two cores. It's great for them. But I feel like they are going to just try to force at least 1 buyback by trying to high ground or something, I don't know. Still, they need to watch out because, I mean, if they find Tiny, for instance, Tiny cannot really show up because, you know, a Negative Scepter Disruptor with a TB buyback or something, he can easily die. So that would lead to like a 5v4 scenario probably for quite a long time. Like Tiny would be dead for 120 seconds, which is a lot.
Yeah. But Roche will very likely not have that instantaneous respawn. But you really don't want to force out a buyback on TB. How much are you willing to let go? I mean, this bristle hits so freaking hard, though.
It's so much damage. What the hell?
Like, I think he might just be able to mega you. I mean, especially because you also have a tiny.
Yes.
Okay.
Look at this. They forced the glyph.
That is quite a lot of damage. They do have Timbersaw now back up. But without the TB, you don't have the damage skill off the bristle. He also summons his Book of the Dead. They are going to go... Look at that AoE. Global Silence comes out. But okay, I was very wrong. That max damage output was what the hell. He does have that magic attack damage enchantment as well with the attack speed on the Storm.
Sorry,
so
which hero? Oh, Storm Spirit.
Storm Spirit. Like, that damage output, right? He did 3k damage to the bristle back in like a split second.
Insane, actually, yes.
I guess that's why
So,
you go for the Parasma.
what, the banner on the high ground there? What? But yeah, I mean, they get like enough hexes to be a little bit disruptive against Team Nemesis, but like I feel like they have so much like out pushing power with TB's illusion and also Storm Spirit at this point of the game, which should
Roche's
not
up
be
and
like a
amplified
huge
damage
problem.
next to it as well.
Yes, and Bristol probably won't force the buyback for this. Oh man, this game is going crazy right now.
And they do know that Sanctity definitely doesn't have a buyback available for another 5 minutes. You have the Aegis. You kind of have to do stuff now. There's still a silver edge in the pit. Okay. Just let that one behind. Cool.
Yeah, that's the moment you perceive that you understand that you don't know nothing about Dota, man. It's
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
professional games are just too different.
Yeah, and TB also is pretty fast at clearing out buildings once the actual TB hits the buildings.
Dire's structures.
And he swapped the tier 5 item, the 23 Savage. He went for the Minotaur Horn, which is a very respectable decision in my opinion.
With the fleet-footed enchantment as well, he has a 473 movement speed. He's close to Hasted. Jump in onto Raven. That's not really the target that Levin wanted to grab.
Can they glimpse him back? I mean, they have vision.
That
Oh
AoE
my
Electric
God.
Vortex drag back coming in. Timber Chain as well. The stun onto Mac. Global Silence gets used, and Mac is dead. That was the second silence coming in. TB needs to walk himself back to maybe get into a Sunder position. Is going to throw out the Terror Wave here. Back in the fight. Raven still pumping out damage and continuing for more as they're going to get Sanctity. Almost the second time. He stays alive with the Wind Wakers. Can he get out of there? Yes, no, he can't. Mech gets zipping on the back line. They'll find the Silencer, drag back the Bristleback. Silencer going to stay alive for a little bit longer. The Age is going to get popped on 23. He pops the Refresher in the meantime for a second round of all his spells. And there's Metamorphosis number 2, but he doesn't have that Silver Edge for the break against the Bristle. But in front comes Mac, going for that Bristleback, trying to kill him off. Will of Wisp in the area, but chopped down by Raven. They will force out a double buyback on the dire side. Bash in onto 23. Terror Blade. Can he get out of there? Glimmer Cape. The defense is there. He does have the Sunder to stay alive, but it's just going to be able to walk it off in a huge fight with another couple of buybacks used on the dire side. One for Mac used, so that's the other scary factor in here. Plus the tier 4 tower in their base got taken down, and the second one is almost dead as well. So it's definitely on a little bit of a scarier aspect, but they do manage to win it. The engagement.
It is very, very scary right now. To be honest, I feel like they should try to capitalize on this Tiny's death right here. It's like 1 minute without him still. So just try to like secure some push on the bottom side of the map, which was what Mac just did, and try to go in again. I mean, that's the better opportunity they have to close the game. The only hero that cannot really expose himself for quite a long time is Storm. Because if Storm dies, then it's a very big problem for Team Nemesis. But there they go, Truman. I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, they're going to go for the last set of racks to secure. Megas is going to be jumping. Global Silence uses the 23 in trouble, trying to run away. He doesn't have a Sunder target. He's dead. Buyback comes out immediately. Raven now in the area. Wheel of Wonder. They can't look one direction. They can't look in the other. They're going to get dragged back. They will lose Jackie. Backline jump in from Raven as well. The damage from the Timber Saw in these fights in late game has been tremendous. And it's 2 buybacks used on the dire side. They have Jackie and they have Norman. And now they have Sanctity back alive, but they're missing the Bristleback. That's honestly probably even scarier than the Ursa, because the Ursa has to be careful with his jumps. Bristleback hasn't had to be careful. Sanctity going in for 23. There's the save attempt coming through. The drag back again from Mac. Gets one. Goes for Jackie. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the elimination of Trailer Park Boys, as it will be indeed in the end the win for Team Nemesis, taking the series 2-0.
Well, it was a very great match to watch. I mean, it's my first witness moment of like a very long match on this patch here, so I quite enjoyed it. And like Trailer Park Boys, they did the best that they could, to be honest. It was a very like close match overall, but there were times that like 23 Savage plus Mac, they were holding the game quite strongly for the Radiant team, for Team Nemesis, which I feel like both of them kind of deserves the possibility of earning the MVP. Like probably 23 Savage, I don't know. His performance was very good, but like it's hard to actually say who was the